Hey, what's up and welcome. I am Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. In this video, we are going to create this awesome Facebook UI clone using React Native. First things first, this is not our design. This is the guy who has designed this awesome user interface. So let's appreciate the designer. Okay, so I was browsing on the internet. I searched on Google for Facebook mobile UI clone, and I saw this awesome user interface. So this is the guy who has designed it. I believe he has got also his contact and his social. So now let's get back to business. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to install React Native. Okay, we're going to run React Native. So in this approach, I'm not going to some sort of have everything already set up. I also want to show you as a beginner, let's say you don't know where to start and how to go about it. I want to show you exactly what we do as developers behind the scene. Number one, we are not expert, we are not geniuses. Okay, we are not the guys who know it all. We also use Google and ChatGPT. So that's why I'm starting from here. So we want to create an Expo project. Let me just like create Expo app. Okay, just use Google, create your first Expo app. Okay, why we are going to use Expo makes things easier for us. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, create Expo app. Let's just click this command. Okay, create Expo project, or let's just copy this one. Okay, come here. As you can see, guys, I've just opened a folder which is Facebook UI. Okay, and then we need to open the terminal. Okay, and then in our terminal we are going to paste this command, and then we are going to delete this and then type Facebook UI. Okay, and then we hit enter, and that is it, guys. Nothing fancy. So what are the things that I am expecting you already have? Let me type yes. Okay, what are the things that I'm expecting you already have? Obviously you are supposed to have installed Node.js. Okay, Node.js. In case you are wondering how to do that, I think I have a video on my channel on that. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the description. Please go to this website and install Node.js. Obviously install Visual Studio Code as a code editor. Okay, I think that will be the only things that I'm expecting that you must do for me, and that is it. Okay, and also you need to, yeah, I think you need to, okay, you must register with Expo EAS. Okay, Expo EAS, you must register with Expo EAS so that you can log in your Visual Studio Code. Okay, what else? Let's just check here, guys. Okay, I want to show you, let me pause the video, okay, so that it cannot play. Okay, let me show you guys, this is the video that I'm talking about. Okay, how to install Node.js on Windows VS Code 2024. Okay, so you can come here and check that. Okay, guys, let's go back. Okay, so while this is installing, okay, as you can see, it's installing. So while this is busy installing, in this video, okay, I am going to show you a way, okay, of creating user interfaces in a modular fashion. Okay, I want to zoom in. Let me use a shortcut. Okay, I'm going to show you a way of creating user interface in a modular fashion. So if I could say the takeaway from this UI clone, okay, The only skill that I want to teach you, it's let's say component composition. Okay, just briefly about that. Okay, we need to analyze this user interface. Okay, as you can see, this is okay, as you can see, this is a component, and this is another one, and this is another one. But if you look at these components, okay, it's the same component but with different variations and version. Okay, this one has a gray background, this one has a red one, this one has got a notification icon, these ones they don't have. So that's the skill that I want you to learn. Okay, meaning that we are going to create this component as only one component, but it must be a highly reusable component. Okay, as you can see also here, okay, in these filters or tabs, okay, this is just one tab, okay, but it has got different variation. Why am I teaching you that? Number one, this is more of a senior level skill. Okay, not all developers know how to go about it. Okay, why am I saying it's senior? Okay, when you are working with frameworks, maybe UI frameworks, most often than not, you will notice that they don't have like some sort of repetition. Okay, they always have highly reusable component. And also, if you master this, you are going to write a clean code which is highly reusable and also highly scalable. For instance, let's say we were coding 60 of these. Okay, it means that you are going to spend time on only creating one, and then you are going to reuse that one. Let's say you want to maintain it like 5 months from now, you want to make changes. You don't go and move up and down the code checking for that component. Okay, you just go to one place and change that, and it changes forever. So in this build, that's the skill that I want to give to you. It works more especially in the work environment. Of course, we are going to use a TypeScript. Okay, let's just quickly check how far it is. Okay, as you can see, it's still continuing. So what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to pause the video in order for me to save your time, so that when this is done, then we can come back and continue. I am Matthew Singati, the designer and developer. This is Coded Design. Don't forget, let's code badly with pride, because everything starts there. Okay, fortunately for us, this is done loading. Okay, so the most important thing that you have to check when you are here, you need to check where you are in terms of folder structure. How do you do that? Okay, you check here. Okay, the last folder here, it's Facebook UI with a capital letter. Okay, this is the parent folder. It means that we are not inside the folder that has got the code. Okay, but we are inside the parent folder. If we can run any command to test if the project is working, for instance, let me say npx expo start. Okay, I just want to show you this because this video is for beginners. Okay, npx expo start. This will give us an error because we are running this on an empty parent folder. This information, okay, these are files, are not here. Let's just quickly test that, guys. Okay, because in most cases when you are new into coding, you run things in wrong location. As a result, it's going to be difficult for you to follow along. Hence, I'm trying to get that out of the way. Okay, as you can see, guys, so the first way to solve this problem is to type cd, okay, space, and then you type this folder as it is, Facebook UI. This means that now you are jumping into this folder. Let's click enter. As you can see, guys, now the last folder, it's this one. Okay, what I usually do, maybe I'm lazy. Okay, I always open this folder, and then when I'm here, I will just right click any file and say reveal in Explorer. Okay, then I'm already here, and then what I will do, I will just copy this. Okay, copy this, close this. Sorry, guys, and then I will do this, close Visual Studio Code, open it again, Visual Studio Code, open it again, and then I will open that folder directly. Okay, Okay, and then from then, my apologies about my slow computer. And then from then, when I'm here, I will just do this. Open a folder, and then I will paste the folder here. Enter, select the folder. Okay. Okay, then from then, I will check my terminal. Then I will be where I want to be. So now that we in the exact folder that we want to be, let's just run this as it is to see what's there. Okay, let's just run this to see what's there. Okay, npx, I don't want this, npx expo start. Okay, in case you are new into coding, designing, and development, don't worry, guys. The best tip that I can give you, do it over and over and over again until you build a muscle memory. Okay, that's the best tip that I can give you. Okay. I think there is something that I have forgotten, guys. My apologies for that. Okay, and it's a major problem. Okay, step number one, I'm supposed to have my Android emulator ready because I'm doing an Expo project, a mobile application, so that you can see what I'm doing on the screen. Okay, obviously I don't have that installed. Obviously it will take some time for me to install, so I've got option B. Okay, but I will tell you the disadvantages of option B, but it will work just fine. I am going to use my Android phone, okay, to some sort of use it as a reference. Okay, that will mean that we will have to open let's view, and then I will use it. Okay, I will tell you now about some of the disadvantages of let's view. Okay, let me first connect let's view. In fact, this might be some sort of also some sort of a some sort an advice or a tip, or if you don't have Android emulator, you can use let's view as an alternative. Okay, but the challenge with let's view is that I don't have an original version of it, so time and again, maybe let's say after 20 minutes it will, I'm not sure, necessarily crash, but it will cut itself off, and then we just have to restart, and that is it. Okay, my apologies for all those inconveniences. Okay, now let me connect my Android phone, so you can download let's view, which is the Windows version, and then you can also download the Android version. So now I'm trying to check for the Android version. Okay, I'm trying to check for the Android version. In case, guys, you didn't know, okay, in case you didn't know, we have a WhatsApp UI clone. Okay, in fact, it's not a WhatsApp UI clone, it's a WhatsApp clone. Okay, let me just quickly show you. Okay, this is a WhatsApp clone that we have. You can click here to download the APK, and then you can scan using this app that we are going to download here. You can scan, and then you will be able to log in. When you have logged in, you can see everything what we are doing there. Okay, in case you want to know what's that all about, you can check this video. Okay, in this video I'm explaining that. Okay, let's continue, guys. um we are here, and then let me connect my phone. Okay, by the way, I thank God that we had this problem. Okay, because it will allow me to show you some other things which I think with the React Native, sorry, with the Android emulator, I was not going to show you. Okay, now with Expo, as you can see, this is a QR code. Okay, now I'm just going to tap here. Okay, so you can go to your um uh, uh Android App Store, Play Store. Okay, Android Play Store, and download Expo Go. Okay, so now I'm going to click on Expo Go. Okay, this is made possible by Expo. That's why you are not using bare React application. Okay, Expo enables us to run the application on our devices. Okay, as you can see now, I'm using my own Android phone to scan this. Okay, this was not going to be possible with the emulator. Okay, so at least I'm glad that I'm showing you something. So this is running on my mobile phone. We are going to use this as a reference. Okay, as I've told you guys, please be patient with me. The only challenge with Let's View, obviously it's not a full version, so time and again I will have to some sort of refresh. Okay, but it doesn't do that more oftenly in an annoying way. Okay, at least it's decent. I think it's intervals of 15 to 20 minutes or something like that. Okay, so now as you can see, we are going to run this application here. Okay, we are going to run it here. Let's just wait for it. If you want to know where is it, the percentage, as you can see here, it's telling us that it's running. Okay, the requirement, as I've told you, you must also register on Expo, EAS. Okay, Expo, EAS. Let's say login. Okay, let me say login. I hope it's not going to take you through my. Okay, as you can see, guys, Expo login. Okay, here I'm already logged in. Okay, here I'm already logged in. These are the projects that I did. This is the WhatsApp clone. Okay, and all other things, but you must be logged in here. Okay, in order for all of this to work. Okay, let's get back to business, guys. Where do I want to go? Let me close this. Okay, I want to go here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, this is Let's View. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I can move this. Okay, and when I'm clicking on any window, okay, it hides. So let's just make sure that it's always on top by clicking here. Okay, always on top, enabled. Okay, as you can see, guys, so I'm not sure. Okay, so as you can see, guys, open up the app.js to start. So everything is working. If you've managed to be here, it means that everything is working. Let's just quickly test. Okay, whatever that you see on the screen, it's here. Okay, by the way, I think I like this view. Okay, the Android emulator is not as clean and as big as this view. Okay, so I think this is a beautiful mistake or a beautiful problem. As you can see, guys, whatever that I'm doing here, it shows here. Okay, live. Okay, guys, that means now we are good to go. Okay, now what are we going to do? Let's go to, let me put my phone down. Now let's go to our UI. Okay, let's go to our UI. Okay, let's try to some sort of break down our components. Okay, break down our components. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break down this into sections. Okay, this is the first section. As you can see, guys, this is the first section. It has got a logo and some icons. What I'm going to suggest, guys, instead of us getting into, let's say, the first page, okay, and develop things as we go, like from top to bottom, let's take some sort of a different approach. What that approach is, okay, we start from the smaller details, and when we are working on those details, we work on those details as if it's the only thing that we are working on. You will see the benefits and what can I say, the benefits and the advantage of doing that. That is becoming a senior developer. That is becoming a better developer. Okay, creating a highly reusable code. So I'm not going to take the normal traditional approach. We get into the first screen, what can I say, code, and then we are done. No, remember, at Coded Design, I want to teach you skills for employment. Okay, so let's continue. So as you can see, this is the top bar. We are not going to start with the top bar. We are going to start with this component. as if it's the only thing that we are creating. And this component, it needs to be a dumb component. What do I mean by a dumb component? It must exist on its own world, as if it's not part of the overall UI. What does that mean? Let's say now tomorrow I'm creating another application and I have to use the same component. It means that I can copy this component and use it on a different project. I will just pass all the prop, make it blue, green, yellow, and pass a different icon, which is it's like I'm saving myself time. Without wasting time, guys, let's jump straight into it. So number one, let's create this component, only this one. Okay, so in our folder structure, we're going to have a file which is components. Okay, components. And in this component, let's see what will be the name of this. Let's call these a circular icon. Okay, circular icon. Yes, these are icons, but with different backgrounds and some notifications. So let's call this a circular icon. Why don't I call it Facebook icon, or let's say top icon or search icon? The reason is, remember, we are creating a highly reusable component. When I'm taking this to a different platform, it might not be on the top position, so it will be confusing if I take this icon and use it on the bottom position, because the name of it is top icon or it's Facebook icon. So what I'm doing, I'm stripping away the context. Okay, I'm only dealing with the content. Okay, meaning that this is an icon, a circular icon, general and unique. Okay, I hope you got that one. So let's create a component here. Let's name this component circular, okay, icon. Okay, are we using TypeScript? I'm not sure now. I'm not sure. Let me just say .ts. Okay, when I was booting up this, I didn't check all those things. Okay, but it's not important. Let's just say tsx. Okay, so guys, another important thing. Okay, as you can see, this starts with a capital letter. This is my own naming convention, or this is how I like it. Circular icon. Okay, and then let's just click enter. Okay, as you can see, now the system is installing TypeScript, as you can see, guys. Okay, if you see this, don't mind, it's only installing TypeScript now, since we have it's the system is detecting that we want to use TypeScript. So in my configuration, when I was creating this application, I didn't indicate if I'm going to use TypeScript. Okay, which is not a problem. As you can see, it's finished. Okay, so we are good to go. Another thing, now we must create this component. Okay, so let me use a shortcut, RNFE, enter. Okay, now you are going to ask yourself, how did you get this? Okay, there is an extension or a plugin. Okay, which is React. Okay, React. Here is this. Okay, ES7 React Redux. It's a very long name, guys. Okay, okay, this is the extension, React Redux. You install this extension on your Visual Studio Code. It enables you to create these shortcuts. Okay, okay, sorry for that. Looks like I'm ahead of myself. As you can see, guys, this has just created for us a boilerplate. Okay, this is a boilerplate. So this is a standalone component. As you can see, it only knows about itself. Okay, there is a coding principle, okay, which is the solid principle. Okay, I hope you know about that one. The solid principle. Okay, S stands for single responsibility. Okay, O stands for open close. Okay, open close means that any module, function, class, or whatever, okay, it must be closed for modification but open for extension. Okay, so this means that now at this point in time, this component doesn't have a way, some sort of an open gap or an open door for extension. Okay, for some sort of what can I say, for not necessarily for modification, but to interact with other component. Remember, it must be an isolated component, self-sufficient. It exists on its own, but remember, it's going to be part of a bigger project, so it must be able to communicate with other components. Okay, so we are going to implement that now, meaning that we are going to accept props so that it can open a small door for extension or some few changes without us going here and make a change. So what are we going to do now? Let's take this component and put it here. So instead of displaying MMM, let's display this component. How are we going to do that? Since we have exported this component here, okay, since we're exporting this component, meaning that we are making it to be publicly available. So let's go to the main application, which is this one. Okay, and then we are going to remove this. In case we are wondering what type of a syntax is this is a JSX syntax. Okay, it's more like an HTML kind of a code. Okay, so we've got a circular component. Okay, as you can see, sorry, a circular icon. As you can see, it's available and it's telling us where it's coming from. This is what we want. And then, okay, as you can see, guys, it's here. It has been automatically imported. Okay, because we've exported there, exported it here, so here it has been automatically imported. And then what we want to do now, if I can save, okay, suppose this will be displayed here. Okay, let me click save. Okay, I'm saving on the wrong place, sorry guys. Okay, this is the file that I'm supposed to be saving on. As you can see, it has refreshed. That means we've got a circular icon component. What does this mean? This is a self-sufficient component. You can copy this code or infect this file and use it on a different file. Okay, how is that going to help you on building an actual real life production? Let me just give you an example. Okay, in this project, okay, let me make sure I switch off the sound so that it cannot make a lot of noise. Okay, in this project, let me just quickly show you a live preview. In most cases, when we do clones and teach coding, we always create some sort of too good to be true or like perfect scenarios whereby when you go to the work environment, you will find out that, okay, the YouTube tutorial was good, but it was like only 20% of what I'm going to do in the work environment. That's why you see me being too slow and explaining everything. I want to teach you. I'm geared towards job readiness more than some sort of a skill, okay, whereby it's too perfect, it doesn't work on the work environment. As you can see here, I have got a web version and I've got a mobile version of this application. Okay, because of I have used highly reusable component, guys, you know what happened? I have copied most of the code from React Native into actual React. So meaning that there is a lot of things that I have copied from the web version of this to a mobile version, because behind the scene it's all React. Okay, that's the advantage of creating highly reusable component. At work, this is needed more than any other thing. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, I hope you are learning something. If you're learning something, guys, please do me a favor, go to my coded design YouTube channel and please hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we have created this component. So now I'm going to pace up a little bit because I believe that I have given you some sort of the fundamentals. Okay, so meaning that I'm going to some sort of be swift and be quick a little bit. So let's go back. Okay, so what we want now, we want an icon here and we want to create this component to be highly reusable. Okay, I'm going to use Expo icons. Okay, I'm going to use Expo icons here. As you can see, here I Expo icons. I'm going to look for search. Okay, I'm going to look for search. As you can see, this is a search icon. I'm going to copy this. Okay, we need to import it. Okay, import it here. Okay, and then we have to use it. Okay, let's copy this as an element. Okay, now let's paste it where? Let's just paste it below this. Refresh. Okay, just a moment, it's still refreshing. Okay, as you can see, guys, boom, we've got a search icon. That means we're good to go. Let's create that component. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come here and type style. Okay, style is equal to, you open two angle bracket, and then from there, let's say background color. Background color. Okay, what I usually do, I like to always arrange my code this way. Okay, and click enter here. Okay, so that I can see the styling here. Okay, background color, let's make it gray. Okay, comma. Okay, let's click save. As you can see, the background color is gray. Now let's remove this text, we don't need it. Save. Okay, so now what I want to do, let me give it the width and height. Okay, the width and height, let me make it 20 and the height of 20. Okay, as you can see, somewhat there. Let's make it 40. Let's make it 40. Okay, I'm happy with that for now. We can adapt and change later. Okay, now we want to make this a circle of some sort. So let's play with the radius, border radius, Okay, border radius. And then based on my own CSS understanding and CSS skill from the web version, okay, of styling, what I usually do, if I want to get a perfect circle, I always put the border radius to be half of this. Okay, half of the width and half of the height. As you can see, okay, this is a perfect square. I always put it half of the width. Okay, in case maybe you never know, for some reason it didn't work, I don't know when, on other condition, this is what I would advise or give you a tip. It must always be greater than the half of this. It must not be less, because if it's going to be less, it's not going to be a perfect circle. Let's quickly test that. Let's start with 20. As you can see, 20 is a perfect circle. Let's put 15. As you can see, 15 is not a perfect circle. Okay, sometimes I put 22. Okay, as long as it's greater than 20, don't forget that. And then what we're going to do, as you can see, our icon is not centered, okay, in this container. Okay, so what we are going to do, we want to use align item. Okay, align item center. Okay, this means that this will always be centered. And then let me say, okay, as you can see, it's centered like horizontally, and then we want to center it vertically, which is justify content. Okay, justify content center. Okay, I hope you guys are learning. Okay, as you can see, guys, now let's change the color of the icon. Come here, color, let's say white. Okay, guys, you can see we are getting there. Okay, and I like our pace. At least I'm not explaining too much. And then now I'm here on Figma. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I had a legal square here. Here is that square. Okay, okay, this square is just to help me to sample the colors. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, this is on my way. Let's click here, and then let's click here. Where is the color picker? Okay, let me put it this. Take a color picker and sample this gray as it is. As you can see, guys, I'm sampling this gray as it is. Here is the hex code for this gray. Okay, let me copy it. It doesn't have a hash symbol, not a problem. We're going to add it here. The background color, it's the background color, not for the icon. The background color, this gray. Okay, we just need to put hash here and then paste. Okay, and that is it. And then let's click save. Okay, this is that actual gray. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, please bear with me. Okay, I'm not going to make, what can I say, a super 100% accurate. Okay, because I'm giving you the concept here. Okay, I want you to be ready for the job and also understand what do you do as a UI designer and a developer? Okay, because most YouTube tutorials, they are just showing you a very simple and straightforward, straight to the point. They don't show you the engineering aspect of it. Okay, if we were other designers, okay, developers, we were going to type everything here without taking note of scalability, the solid principle, and all those things. So I'm teaching you the engineering part of front end development. In most cases, when you are looking for jobs, you will see the job titles, they are written as front end engineer. Okay, the engineering part, it means is the architectural part. So let me just for now make this 15. Let's see. Okay, it's a bit too much. Let's make it 18. Okay, I'm happy with this for now. Okay, what else do we want to do now? Okay, that means we've got the icon, we've got the colors, and everything works fine. Okay, now step number 2, guys, we want to make this customizable. Okay, as you can see now, it's just here. What if maybe we want variations of it? Okay, let's quickly do that. Now we are going to get to a React term, okay, of sharing information from a parent or a client code. This is a parent code, which is the app. The app wants to customize this what can I say, this component. Okay, remember, this component can be in this file, it can be on another file, it can be on a totally different project, but the most important thing, the client container would want to customize it accordingly, meaning that we must have a way of passing down information that will modify this. Okay, how do we do that in React? Since we are using TypeScript, we are supposed first we're supposed to receive props, but we need to type our props because we are not using pure JavaScript. Okay, so what we want to do, let's ask what is it that we want to modify. Okay, there's only one thing that I didn't take note of, which is this icon. Okay, let's say it's a notification. Okay, it just means that there is something. In most cases, there will always be a number here. Okay, maybe 30 messages, but for now we're just going to keep it like this. So let's quickly create that icon, and then we are done, guys. So what I'm going to do, this icon is inside this gray circle. So this is the gray circle. Okay, it ends here, so this icon must be here. Okay, it's just going to be a view. Okay, and that's it. It's only going to be an empty view, and then we are going to style it. Okay, if you can look at the styling is exactly the same as this one, guys. Not more, not less. Let's just copy the styling and put the styling here. Okay, what my apologies about that. Maybe I copied the wrong thing. Copy only the style up until here. Okay, guys, what else? Where is that view? Okay, let me just say undo. Okay, here is that view. Okay, let me paste the style again. Okay, as you can see, guys, everything is working. Now let's make this 10 instead of 40, and let's make this red. Okay, let's make this red. Sorry about that. Let's make this red and put a comma there. Save. Let's see, guys. Maybe obviously there's an error. Okay, what's that error saying? Text string must be rendered within a text. Yes, that's true. Okay, let's just check what might have happened. This is the parent container, it ends here, and on top it ends here. Okay, that's true. Then we've got this. Okay, this, it ends here, that's true, and here it ends here. Okay, looks like on my code I'm not rendering any text yet. That's not much of a problem. The quick fix is to undo. Okay, save. I'm just going back in time. Okay, just trying to go back in time. Okay, because I'm just saving myself some sort of a lot of time from moving up and down trying to check what has happened. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this as it is. Okay, as you can see, guys, I've just copied it as it is, and I'm just going to put it inside here. Okay, the only thing that I'm going to do, just going to change the red first, the color to red. Happy with that. Change this to 10. Okay, happy with that, and remove the icon inside it. Happy with that, and just click save and see. Boom, 100%. Okay, now what I want to do, this is very important. This is some sort of what can I say, a technique. Okay, a styling technique. Okay, one, we've got an outer container and we've got an inner container. Now we want to shift the position of the inner container to be in somewhat a, let's call it a weird position. Okay, as you can see, this is some sort of a weird position. It's not in a center, it's not on the left, it's somewhere there. Okay, hope you get what I'm trying to say. So what we are going to do, we need to create a relationship. Okay, the parent container, which is the gray circle, need to govern the position and the movement of this red dot. How is it going to do that? Let's position it relative. Okay, this is the parent container. Let's put a position of relative. Position relative. Okay, I'm not going to get into details about this concept, but I'm just going to give you enough information to understand what's going on. And then this means that when I'm positioning this, I will position it relative to the outside container. So now let's position the red dot. Position the red dot. Let's position it absolute. Okay, positioning something absolute, it means that number one, you've got a freedom to move it anywhere in the screen. Okay, it doesn't conform to any tabular or column way or grid way. Okay, as you know that here the computer behind the scene, it has got a series of lines, okay, vertical and horizontal line, just to place items accordingly. Okay, now when you put this to absolute, you are taking it out of that system so that it can be loosely positioned. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me say top 0. Okay, save. As you can see, now it's moving to 0 position. At top it's 0, but because of we have said it's going to be governed by the parent, it's top 0 of the parent. Let's say left 0. As you can see, guys, this is left of what? Of the parent. In HTML, I'm not sure if this is going to happen here on React Native. Remember, React Native doesn't use some sort of vanilla CSS, but it's some sort of, let's call it a simulation of CSS. So whatever that is happening on the web version of CSS doesn't directly happen on React Native. Okay, guys, that's why at this point in time I am not using native wind. Okay, a native wind, it's some sort of a CSS utility library that you can even import on React Native and style things like the way you will style things on the web. The reason why I'm not using it at the moment is because of whatever that happens on the web. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Let's just say what happens in coded design stay in coded design. Okay, so I'm just trying to say, guys, whatever that is happening on the web, the styling architecture and system and procedures, they don't apply directly. So on the web, when you remove this relative, remove it from the parent, this dot will move somewhere far. First of all, it might even disappear from the screen, or if not, it will go to the overall parent container. Let's just click there and test. Okay, so with the what can I say, with the React Native, as you can see, that really doesn't happen exactly the same way. Okay, but guys, I will leave this position relative, okay, just to safeguard ourselves, to make sure that in production, okay, there won't be any mistake. This will be governed by this parent. But if we were on the web, once we remove this, okay, this was going to jump to a different container. Okay, let's continue, guys. I hope you got the idea. So now, since we know that this is left of 0, let's just change it to right. Okay, as you can see, guys, now it's starting to be somewhere on a very weird place. Okay, so what we can do, we want it to be, let me just say 2 here and type 2. As you can see, it's moving closer, but for the sake of tutorials and for us not to be too much long, let's just leave it there, guys. Okay, I think you get the concept now. You are ready, you can create your own. Okay, at home, if you've got much time, you can play around it. Let's put a white border. Okay, border color, let's say white. Okay, I don't really see it there, not a problem. Let's check the border width. Okay, the border width, which even this one with the web version of CSS, this is not how you add the border. Okay, border width, let's say border width of 1. Okay, as you can see, guys, something is showing there. Let's just say border width of 2. Okay, as you can see, guys, something is going on there, but I cannot, to be honest, clearly see. Okay, I cannot clearly see what's going on, but there is something there, guys. Okay, let's minimize. And it doesn't how do I minimize? It's my first time to maximize this. Let me press escape. Okay, 100%, guys, but there is something there. So for now, what we are going to do, in the interest of time, okay, we are just going to some sort of sacrifice the border part of it. Okay, so that it just can be normal. Okay, I'm just avoiding some lengthy coding and techniques which really doesn't add value, which I believe those are the things that you guys can look up into. We are done with this component. As you can see, it just have to communicate with other component. Okay, it just have to communicate with other component. So how are we going to do that? Now let's come back here and ask ourselves, what are the things that we want to modify? We want to modify the background color. Let's put it as a prop here. Okay, let's put as a prop background color. Okay, what else? The background color, we want the icon. Okay, let's put the icon there. Okay, let's stick with the naming convention. Sorry, background color, everything must be capital letters. Icon must be capital letter. Start with the capital letter. Okay, we want the icon. Okay, the background color, the icon. We want the notification. Okay, which is the notification will be there or it's not there. I think that's all, guys. Okay, let's just quickly check. We can change this background color to red. We can change this icon to a bell, and we can add or remove the notification. Okay, I think that's all. We are using TypeScript, okay, meaning that we need to give these props a type. Okay, let's give that, let's do that. So I'm just going to copy the same thing. Okay, let me just minimize this. Okay, we'll copy the same thing here. The difference will be, okay, let me use a different method. Okay, so what is it? Okay, let me arrange my props this way. Okay, so that our code can be neat and clean, guys. Okay, we are receiving props here. These are the props that we are receiving. Here we are styling those props. Okay, we are styling those props. We are making sure that we have a clean code. This is going to be a string. We are going to receive a background color as a string. The icon, okay, in terms of the icon, as you can see, guys, the icon data type doesn't like conform to your usual data type. The icon is going to be an element, okay, because we want the icon to be passed by a calling module. Okay, we want to make this reusable. Okay, let's continue with that. So the data type for the icon where I was, this is going to be a string, not a problem, but the data type for for the icon is going to be something different, and that is a react node. Okay, dot react node. Where is react node? Okay, it's going to be a react node. It just means that it's a collection of react element or a react component. Okay, one of the two. Okay, or any. And then even it can be even a text. That's what this means. This encompasses a lot of things. Okay, we don't want to be specific, we want to accept a lot of things. Okay, let's continue, guys. In terms of the notification is going to be true or false. Okay, it might be there, it might not be there. So guys, what we have done here, we have just received the props from the calling module. Okay, from the calling module. TypeScript. Okay, this is where TypeScript help us. This is a problem, guys. You can't receive the props, okay, and these props are mandatory, meaning that they must be there, okay, because this form, it means that these props must be there. You can't declare in your component the props must be there, and in the calling container or in the calling module you don't put them. Okay, we have a problem here, guys. Okay, this is, remember we said that we want to learn skills for production. Okay, so why is this happening? Why it looks like TypeScript is asleep? Okay, because TypeScript will help you on such problems, because now if we can take this to production and deploy it, as you can see, it doesn't give an error, but suppose there's an error. Okay, my first guess for now is that this is JavaScript. As you can see here, this is JavaScript. So JavaScript, it's not that strict. Okay, why do we want to use TypeScript? Why do we want strict things unnecessarily? TypeScript helps you to catch bugs in the production time, okay, or environment. Just small things like these, okay, so that you cannot ship bugs to production. So what we are going to do, let's change this to TypeScript, okay, because we've already installed TypeScript, so let's use it. So I'm going to change this JS to TSX. Okay, click enter. Now let's see, the system is supposed to recompile. As you can see, guys, now TypeScript is complaining, is telling us that this is missing some properties. Now we are in the game, guys. This is what we want. I know, guys, TypeScript is, what can I say, it's frustrating, that I know, okay, but what can I say, it's an interesting or beautiful or needed or necessary frustration. Okay, so now it's telling us we are not passing these. Okay, now let's go back to our component. Let's ask ourselves, let's say another developer is using our component. What are the things which are mandatory? Okay, what are the things that it's a must that it must be there? Okay, if the background is not there, okay, someone might think our component, it's only an icon. Let's say the background was white. Can you tell if what can I say, can you tell if this is a secular icon? You won't, because the fact that I've given you a chance not to put the background, when you are using this component, you might miss the visual clues of what it does. We are happy with the background as mandatory. Can you use this icon without the, can you use this component without the icon? If we want a normal circle, why don't we just create a circle? Okay, meaning that the icon must be there, okay, because this is a circular icon, as the name suggests. We want that to be there. But in terms of the notification, as you can see, this might have, this might not have. Let's create let's make our lives, let's make the lives of the other developers easy by making this not to be mandatory. Okay, so let me first now solve this problem so that I can show you that I am going to change the icon from being mandatory. Now we are going to are we inverting dependencies, or we are inverting control? Okay, let's just check here, guys. We're talking about the solid principle dependency inversion, the inversion of control. Let's invert the control. Okay, meaning that at this point in time, this module, Okay, this module is in control of what? Of the icon. Okay, it makes this module not to be reusable because it means that we must be stuck on a search icon only. Now, this module is controlling too much. Okay, we need to invert that control. Okay, meaning that the calling module needs to take control. My apologies about those WhatsApp notification, guys. As I've told you, this is my actual Android phone. Okay, real life, real time. So let's take this. Okay, move it from here. Okay, let's leave an empty space here and let's say icon. Remember, we had, meaning that we are saying to this module, it must assume that it's going to receive, which is assumptive programming, which is good. Okay, because now this module care less about the icon. It doesn't want to know information, it doesn't want to control the icon. It will receive it from where, guys? From where, guys? From here. Okay, from here. Okay, meaning that let me go here. Okay, let me go here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass that icon as a dependency, sorry, as a prop. Okay, what we have just done here, we've inverted the control. Okay, so this will make sense while all other errors are removed. So let's deal with this one first. It's telling us that you are using this but you didn't import it. Remember, we have imported it here. As you can see here, we're not using it, so we might as well cut it from here and import it this side. Okay, how do you import things without copy and paste? Let's say we don't know where to import it. First thing that you can do, you can go right here next to this R and click Control on Windows and a space. Okay, as you can see, there is no suggestion. Okay, in other components, okay, you can have a suggestion. For instance, let's just check on this one. As you can see, this suggests that these are the things that you can do with this. Even the import, in some cases, it usually be there. For instance, let's remove this import. Okay, as you can see, we've removed the import. Now what we want to do, we're going to do the same thing. Press Control and paste space. It's telling us that we can import it from where? From here. Okay, with icons, unfortunately, that's not the case. Okay, that's not much of a problem. We are going to import it like this. Okay, so now it's telling us that we didn't like some sort of supply all the props. Okay, of which that's a normal case. Okay, let's supply all the props. Background, make a background color of red. Okay, and then what else? It's a background color, it's the icon. We are done. The notification is going to be a boolean true. As you can see, guys, TypeScript is happy. Okay, let's go back. Let's just go back. Okay, I must use my phone. My apologies. Okay, now I am clicking here. I forgot that I must click my phone because it's not close to me, guys. Okay, it's a bit far from me. As you can see, guys, we don't have a problem here, meaning that TypeScript is happy because we have supplied all the props. But we have a problem. What that is, we have supplied a red color here, but we don't see it here. Why is that so? Simply because we have passed an icon here. Check this here. We have passed an icon and we have received it as a dependency here. And we have used it. Okay, we have used it, guys. Here is it. We have used it. If we click remove here, check what's going to happen. Okay, we are using it, but we didn't use other props. That's why they are not showing. Let me click save. So let's use other props also. Okay, instead of checking the background, manually inserting it. Okay, instead of manually inserting the background here, let's just use a variable that we're getting from the props, which is background. No suggestion. why there are no suggestions. Let me just check. Oh, okay, my apologies guys, my apologies. Okay, I am already inside the square brackets here. Okay, the curly braces, so there's no need for me to put other curly braces. Okay, as you can see guys, now let's save. Boom, as you can see guys, now we are getting there. Okay, also in terms of the notification, okay, still we are not using it. Okay, meaning that it's there by default and it will always be there. Okay, let's go back. Now in terms of the notification, in order for us to see the impact, let's put false here because we don't want it to be there. Okay, what's the problem? Notification false. What is the type? False is not assignable to a type. True. I have made a mistake guys. This is the interesting thing about TypeScript. In my types, let me check what I did. I was supposed to put boolean. Maybe I have put true by mistake. Okay, let's check. Thanks to TypeScript. Okay, lost in my own code now. Okay, am I in secular? Yes. Here is it? Yes. Notification. Okay, guys, my mistake. You see, notification, it's true. Okay, that's a problem. It's supposed to be a boolean, meaning that true or false. Now that we have solved that, okay, now that we have solved that, we are sure that we don't want the notification. Okay, we don't want it, but as you can see, it's showing. Okay, now we need to be clever. We need to do a conditional rendering, meaning that we are rendering this notification on condition. Let's create that. Where is the notification? Okay, here is the notification. Here is it. Okay, it's being rendered automatically. Okay, the other thing what we can do guys, to continue with the clean code, let's just highlight everything. I've got, I think prettier, it's something that comes with Visual Studio Code. It's not something that I've installed. Okay, so let me format this. For now, let me just show you this way. Format with, let's just click prettier. Okay, I think prettier comes with Visual Studio Code, but what I'm doing, I'm just formatting my code in a clean and nice way. Guys, if you can write a code like this, okay, we are not using a text here and we are not going to use it, so there's no need for us to import it. Okay, we were using it then, but we're not using it now. If you can write a code clean like this one, that means you are in the game. Okay, employers will love you and also other developers will favor you. Okay, now let's continue. This notification, let's just make sure that, yes, as you can see, it's gone. Okay, we don't want to render it immediately, we want to render it conditionally. Let's put this JavaScript, okay, curly braces, and then we want to ask first. Okay, this is a ternary operator. It's a short way of writing if else statement. We are going to take notification. This is notification, I think the one with the capital letter. If not, let me just check. Remember we said our naming convention is notification is a small letter. That's a problem. I want the capital letter one. It must change here and it also change here. Okay, notification, as you can see guys. Okay, so now we want notification. Okay, what we want to do, we want to ask, is it true or false? How do we do that in ternary operator? We put a question mark. Is it true? If it's true, please render. Okay, let me put it this way so that you can understand it guys. Okay, if it's true, let me put a text. Okay, because it's important that you get it this way first. If it's true, let me put a text, let me import it. Okay, the code that I'm going to paste, it's too long guys, so let me import this text from React Native. Yes, okay, let me say true. Okay, as you can see guys, you are asking if this is true, render this. If it's false, you put this dot dot, render this false. Okay, in this way, it's simple so that you can first understand it, and then I will substitute the code when I'm done. Let's click save. As you can see, guys, this is false. Okay, let's go back here. I wonder what's the error. Okay, this is the error. As you can see, guys, JavaScript, okay, was going to run this exactly like this. As you can see, it's running, but TypeScript is intelligent enough to tell us, even though it's running and is working, because behind the scene it's JavaScript, but TypeScript is just a layer, a bodyguard to tell you this is a problem. So we need to put a capital letter here. And then, so what if then we can say this is true? Let's click save. We have just inverted the control, guys, meaning that now this component is not in control of the notification. What it does is that if it's true, meaning that it's there, meaning that if the notification icon is there, you want it to be there, it will render it. If you don't want it to be there, it won't render it. Okay, so now okay, it's still in control of the notification. Okay, this is not the invasion of control. Okay, we have just passed the prop successfully. Okay, my apologies for that. Let's continue. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we're just going to remove this true and click enter for a clean code and put the code for the notification. As you can see, the notification is there. What if we put false here? It's not going to be there, and the text false will be there, as you can see. Now let's go back. Okay, now let's go back and remove the false and put null there so that there could be nothing. Boom, guys. So now we are done with this component. Okay, let's test. Okay, now what we want to do, look at, what can I say? Look at this flexibility, guys. Okay, let's copy this code on the client code, copy it. Now we've got two of these. Okay, copy again. We've got three of these. Okay, what if we want to change the background color of the first one to gray? Okay, let's go back and say gray. Okay, I've changed the icon. Where am I? Okay, I am here. Okay, okay, the background color, sorry guys. Okay, this is gray. What if I want to change the other one to blue? What if I want to change the other one to green? Okay, you see, I'm doing that in split seconds. Okay, this is code reusability. Okay, employers want this. Okay, if they can see that your code has been written in a beautiful way, okay, not only you will be what can I say, the favorite for employers. I think, guys, even you will be stress free. This is what people don't want to do. Why? It has got a little bit of admin, okay, somewhere in between. Number one, you need to some sort of dance around in circle before you see something. Okay, most YouTubers and YouTube students, they want to get into it, do it now as quick as possible so that I can see how it's done. That's why they fail in interviews and they are not employed. Okay, now guys, we are done with this. Let's just add a notification on one of those, as you can see, guys. Okay, here's a notification. Okay, guys, we are done. This is highly reusable, and this component doesn't really care much about a lot of things, and also it's what can I say, it's self-sufficient. Okay, let's go back. We are done with this one. Okay, now what we are going to do, what else, what the best practice, what's the other thing? Okay, what's the best practice? Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, there's something that I didn't demonstrate. Okay, let's just quickly mimic these. Okay, first of all, I want this background color. Okay, first of all, I want this background color. Okay, looks like, okay, my apologies about that. I want this background color. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add the hash. Where? Okay, the second one. Okay, second one. As you can see, guys, now we are controlling the icon. Okay, did I click save? Save. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't. My apologies about that. Okay, I've got a tendency of changing the icon color. My apologies about that. I want the background color. As you can see, guys, done. Okay, now let's talk about the inversion of control. Okay, this is a search icon. Now we want, what icon do we want? We want a bell icon. Okay, we want a bell icon. We want a, not this one, go back there, my apologies about that, a solid one. This is the one that we want, very close to this. Okay, font awesome, import it here and paste it here. Okay, and then we want to copy this. Okay, instead of passing this icon, we are going to pass, what is the size of it? The size is 18. Okay, we're going to pass this one. The color is going to be white instead of black, and here the size is going to be 18. That is it. Boom, look at this, guys. Okay, does it have, doesn't have the notification? False. My apologies about that. As you can see, guys, it's false. Okay, do the same thing for this group. Okay, where, let me close this tab. I don't want to be here, I want to be here. Say group thing. Let's take this one, still on font awesome. I think we've already imported this. Let's copy this, come back here, make this white, make this 18. Okay, sample the background. Okay, I think I have to do something about this. Okay, okay, guys, let's come back here, sample the background color. Okay, copy. Okay, put a hash, a hex. This is a hex code. Save. On the wrong place, of course, my mistake. Okay, go back here, 100%. We want a notification. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are only left with this color. Okay, okay, let's see. My apologies about this. Okay, let me just try to put this here once and for all. Okay, okay, then copy this. Now it's coming problem. Okay, what can I do? Met be clever. Let's try to do this, guys. Okay, let's see if we can do this. This is on top. Okay, let's see if we can do this, guys. Okay, let's see. I think this can work. Let me minimize this. Okay, minimize this. Okay, minimize this. My apologies about this. At least this is neat. Okay, this is neat. Okay, hope this is will work well for us. Okay, guys, let's continue. Now I wanted to change this. Boom. Okay, as you can see, guys, we've got highly reusable component. Now let me show you the last technique in this part, okay, before we continue. As you can see here, in terms of notification, we are typing notification equal to true or notification equal to false. In most libraries, okay, you are going to see that there is no need for you, what can I say, to necessarily put this equal to true. Okay, sometimes if you put this notification, the system automatically knows that it's true. Let's just test if this is going to happen. If it doesn't happen, then we will find a way to figure that out, or a way around it. As you can see, guys, automatically, if you put the notification here, the system knows that it's supposed to equate to true. If you don't put it, it equates to false. Okay, however, we didn't tell the system that this property, we didn't tell TypeScript that this might be there and it might not be there. Okay, because TypeScript wants it to be there. Okay, not a problem. Now let's go to this component and tell TypeScript that this is optional. It might be there, it might not be there. Okay, let's continue and do that. Okay, let's continue and do that. Okay, where is our, okay, where is our, let's see, guys, I'm lost in my own code. That's normal. Let's see, this is a notification. Okay, if you put a question mark here, you are saying to TypeScript this is optional. It might be there, it might not be there. As you can see, guys, we are finished, we are done. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, now I can see that this is becoming some sort of a detailed, fully fledged tutorial. Okay, so I am going to some sort of do it in small videos, which in production I'm just going to combine them. I'm thinking of ending this video here, but when you are watching it, it's just going to continue. You are not going to see like different videos. I just, on my side, I just want to be safe. Okay, because sometimes you record a long video, only maybe somebody might knock on the door and they might disturb you and be like, ish, this video has been disturbed. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop this video for now, and then I will continue. Okay, guys, let's just continue. I'm happy now, everything is working fine, 100%. Okay, so now let's check our user interface. Okay, as you can see, guys, now what we want to do, let's create another component, which is a header bar. Okay, so you can see this is going to be a header bar. Okay, a header bar only knows that it has got items on the left, items on the right, which are icons, and it has got a logo. Okay, these components needs to be dumb. It doesn't have to know where are those icons coming from. It doesn't have to know how many are they and what they do. But what it knows, if it receive an item, anonymous item, okay, which is an icon, okay, it will render those icon in a row. And what else is going to do? It's going to put a gap there. Okay, now in terms of our what can I say, in terms of our clean code and modular code and all those things, how far do we take it? Okay, we don't have to take it that far, meaning that this component, which is the right section of a header bar, doesn't really have to be a standalone component. Okay, things are just going to be convoluted, meaning that we have taken it too far. We are going to have a lot of pieces. So let's just imagine a header bar. Let me do this. I hope this will work. Remove this. Let me get, okay, let's just imagine a header bar, okay, like this, and it has got a right section. Okay, hope you can see what I'm trying to do, and it has got a left section. Okay, The left section might be a logo. Maybe next time it might be something else. Really, the header bar doesn't really have to know that. So let's create that component now. Okay. Okay. Let me do this. I need to shift this guy a little bit. My apologies about that. Now on component, let me create a header bar. The letter. Okay. .tsx typescript. Click enter. Okay. Let me move this guy here. Okay. Now let's use that shortcut RNFE. Okay. As you can see, comes with a text and something that we don't really need. We can delete the text. Okay. Now this is not necessarily a pattern I would like to believe, but it's some sort of a good programming practice. This is a container. I think, let me just call it for now a layout pattern. Okay, meaning that a layout must be responsible only for laying things out, not styling them, not changing them, and whatever. So that's what we are doing now. Okay, we have already discussed that we are going to have a right section, a view with the right section, and this one is going to be on the left section. Okay, this is another view. Okay, on the left section. Okay, let's try this, guys. Okay, here in React in general, you don't really use the IDs of your element. You don't really use them. Okay, I think that's why React is there. Okay, React has changed all those JavaScript and the IDs. Now let's use those IDs just for the sake of labeling our own item. Okay, so let's just say ID equal to, okay, this is the right section. Okay, this is the right section. As you can see, this is starting to become at least clear, and this is the left section. Okay, and this is a header bar. Okay, container. This is a header bar container. Okay, and then let me, what can I do? It looks like I need that text. Okay, I need that text. I was very quick on removing it. Okay, this is right and this is left. Okay, copy this, save. Okay, this is right and left. As you can see, this header bar, it's like it's an island. It's isolated. Okay, it's not part of the app. So let's import it here. Okay, below the icons. Okay, below the icons. Okay, header bar. Okay, so header bar, we have imported it. Let's save to see if it's going to show up here. Refreshing. Okay, there is an error, not much of a problem. I like errors. I've made a mistake. I didn't click header bar here. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is right and this is right. Wrong. This is right and left. Let's go back here. Okay, let's go back here. Let's type here left. Okay, right and left. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is right and left, but this is not on the right side and on the left side. The container needs to do its own job. Now, since we have labeled our let's just format this, just a format document. Okay, this has been arranged nice and neat. Click save. So now we need to go to our header container. We need to style it. Okay, as equal to, okay, now let's just give it a background color. Let's just give it a background color of red. As you can see, guys, just got the background color of red. The first thing that we want this to do, let's just give it a width of what? Okay, now we need to think, okay, are we going to think like web developers or mobile developers? First, let's try to think like web developers. Okay, I will also show you the other alternative, the the mobile developers. Okay, the width is 100%. Is this working? Yes, working 100%, and I'm happy with it. Okay, the other option is to think like a mobile developer, which we just have to see. I just have to find a perfect scenario to show you when this is needed, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, let me just use it. Okay, let me import. Okay, as a mobile developer, you are conscious of the mobile environment, so you are going to achieve the same thing but in the mobile version. Okay, there are some times where 100% doesn't work, then you have to use this option. I want to import dimension. Okay, I want to import dimensions from React Native, but I don't know why there is this. Okay, as you can see, we have imported dimensions. Okay, let me copy this dimension. So we will go here and say const. Okay, let's say const screen width equal to dimensions dot get dot is it a screen dot, let's see, is it window height or something? Oh, okay, I think it's dot get, yeah, here, and then dot get screen. Okay, and then dot width. What does this mean? This means that you are getting the width of the screen. Okay, so you can substitute this 100% and just put here just a moment, dimensions called overall prop random props. Okay, let me just say, oh, okay, now I see, guys, now I see. Okay, I'm always used to the web version of things. Okay, where this you are not already in JavaScript. We are already in JavaScript here. We don't need to put these brackets. Okay, we are not in JSX. Okay, so what we need to do, we just need to put this as it is. Okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, now let's click save. It's refreshing. It has accomplished the same thing. Okay, now I have found a perfect scenario when we favor the mobile way of doing things. Let's say there is some sort of a variable that keeps on changing and it affects the width of this container. Then we're just going to say straight width of the device minus, let's say, 50. Okay, see the change? Okay, this can be variable. Tomorrow it can be minus 80, or in different instance, and another different instance it can be minus 200. Okay, to be safe, let's just go with the mobile development way of doing things. Okay, so that we know this is highly reusable and highly scalable. There won't be a time where we have to change the code. We're trying to be clever developers. Guys, don't forget to support my channel and click that subscribe button. Okay, let's continue. So we know that based on our layout, this must always be take the width of the screen. Okay, and then now everything is almost on the left and it's on top of each other. Okay, now let's fix that. Okay, this is the header bar container. What I want to do, I want to say flex flex direction. Okay, flex direction, I want it to be, now this is column, I want this to be a row. Okay, as you can see now everything it's in a row. Happy with that. What I want to do also, I want to make sure that what can I say, this left is always I think there's a problem because it looks like to me The left is on the right and the right is on the left, which is a problem. Let's take this and put it at the bottom. Okay, I want this right container to be always on the far right. Okay, and I don't want to give it a number or a specific unit value. Okay, because it must always be pushed on the far right, always. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say justify. Am I justifying? Or yeah, justify content. Okay, justify content. I'm looking at the items. I want space between. Okay, click save. There must always be a space that is what can I say, whatever space, okay, that fits according to the container, meaning that these guys are repelling each other. Okay, this will push itself to this side and this will push itself to this side. Now let's work on the height of our bar. Okay, in terms of this bar, we are not going to make it like highly reusable. Why? Because I've already shown you how to accept some props and make this highly reusable. Let's say you want to modify the width and height of this bar. You can use the same procedure, accept the props here and change it. Okay, I don't want to repeat myself. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the height, I'm going to make it 40. Okay, let's make it 50. Okay, I'm happy with these guys. Now let's arrange these so that they can always be in the center. As you can see now, they are almost like aligned top. So let's align items, let's say center. Okay, as you can see now, the items are aligned center. Let's just go to our mockup and see the gap from the left edge, from the left and the right. Okay, as you can see, there is a small gap there. Now let's say padding, but not padding on everything on the entire container. Let's say padding horizontal. Okay, let's put a padding horizontal of 20. I'm happy with this, guys. We've got the right section and we've got the left section. This container doesn't care what fits on the left and what fits in on the right. It's just a reusable container, and I'm calling this is header bar the right name? No, guys, because we might sometimes in the future we might not want to use this as a header. We might want to use it as a footer sometimes. Let's just quickly check on the user interface. Isn't there a situation where we might want to reuse this? Okay, let's see. We might use it here and also we might use it here. As you can see, this is the same container, something on the left, something on the right. Exactly, guys, look at this. Here we might want to use the same container. Okay, here this icon is on the far left, and this last scene, I would like to believe 8 minutes ago, the last scene is on the right. So we might want to reuse it here. So calling it a header bar, it comes with a context and it's going to be a wrong context. Okay, also as you can see, we are going to use it here. Matthew, why do you talk too much in your coding? Simple, because I'm showing you the engineering part of the system. Okay, the engineering part of the system. Okay, let's continue. So let's change the name. Now it's not header bar. Let's just quickly check here what is a suitable name. What we are doing here, we've got the left and the right section. Okay, that is it. This container rearranges its own element. It's such that it has got some two panel. Okay, so let's call this left and right panel bar. There's a left panel and the right panel. Okay, left right panel bar. This falls under split components, not split screens. Okay, this is a split component. Okay, so let me call it um a split component. I'm happy with that, but it's not just a split component. Let me call it a horizontal split component. Okay, split component. Okay, let me just say horizontal split bar. I think this is better. Okay, it's a bar arranging things horizontally and it splits them. Okay, the only thing that is missing here that I'm not happy with, but it's fine. I can at least not much of a problem. Don't mind this error. It doesn't tell me it splits it into how many component. At least that one is forgivable. Okay, it's forgivable. Guys, this is the best we can do. Okay, let's go back and also export that. Okay, horizontal split bar. Must we tell if it's a container? Horizontal split bar container. Container is going to be too much, going to be too long. I'm happy with this. Now what we want to do, we want also to change the file. As you can see, the file is still referring to this as a header bar, which is a problem. Okay, so also our file has changed. What might be the problem? Horizontal, this is splint, not split. Okay, horizontal split bar, this is splint. Let's start from there before we check that error. Okay guys, I hope you are learning some techniques, senior techniques of writing a clean code. Okay, so when we mean clean code, we don't mean in terms of neat and clean and dirty. We just mean a well structured code or a well architectured code. Okay, let's continue. So I have changed this name to split. I must change this one to split, and then I must check where I'm importing this. Okay, so maybe one might ask, what are you busy with now, moving up and down? This is called refactoring. Remember, here at Coded Design, we are high on code badly with pride. Okay, because that's where you start. Then you can refactor your code and make it better. Okay, so this is some sort of an immediate refactoring. We are not writing too much of code and then refactor later. Okay, we want to some sort of write a code and refactor, write code and refactor. Okay, let's look at this error. I like errors, guys. Okay, I like errors because in errors, that's where you learn. Okay, you learn the language, you learn the framework, you learn the syntax and the fundamentals. Okay, I'm assuming, okay, as you can see here, it's importing from header bar. Okay, as you can see now, what we can do, we can remove header bar. Okay guys, it looks like I have to end here because of a knock. My apologies about that. We will continue next time. Thank you so much. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer.